everyone, Karen here, and today I have a card that is in my head and I think this is going to work, but we're going to find out together. So I'm starting off with a Z-fold card base, 5x7. So that means it is 7 by 10 and it is scored at 2.5 and at 5 and then just folded back. So we'll just put that to the side for now. Now I'm going to be working with the 6-inch paper pad from Enchanted Dreams. Now I picked this one because it is an all-over pattern. Now I need this to be 5 inches because I'm going to be putting this on a 5x7 black card. I thought the black would look good framing this. So what I'm going to start with doing is I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off of each side here because this is 6 and I want it to be 5, but I want this to still be in the middle. So I'm going to take a 1/2 inch off of each side. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, I don't think this is centered. So let's see. So it's 1.25 inches from this side. And it's 1 inch from that side. Okay, so I want to take... Okay, to get that in the center, I am going to take a 1/4 inch off of this side. Now I'm 1 inch here, and I'm 1 inch here. Alright, so I am going to take maybe I'll take into account this butterfly, and I will take off a 1/4 inch here. I want to get this down to 5, but I want that to be in the middle. Let's see here. Yeah, I definitely need to take more off of this side. So I think it's the butterfly. It's going to balance it out. Alright. Yep, that's going to be fine. Alright, so I ended up, let me compare it to the other page that's in here. Let me find it real quick. Okay. Let me match this up. I took off 3/4 inch from this side and a 1/4 inch off the side with the butterfly is what I ended up doing. So the side with the butterfly, 1/4 inch, 3/4 inch on the other side. Okay, so now I need to cut this in 1 inch strips. So if this is 6 inches now, I'm going to bring it down to 5, cut, and I'm going to go to 4, and cut, go to 3, and cut, 2, and down to 1. Make sure I'm here, nice and straight, and cut. Now I'm going to put these up on 1/16 thick foam. I need to put foam on each strip. Now I'm just going to put it across the middle. And I will be putting glue on the back of these so I can move them around. A little long. Now I'm going to need to get these in the right order because I have mixed them up. Okay, so there's the basket. There's the butterfly. There's the other little butterfly matched together, and then this is the top. Okay, so now I'm gonna, in my mind, this is gonna work. If I put the bottom one flush with the bottom, the top flush with the top, I should then be able to space the rest of these out. Like this. Just like that. Now what I need to do is I'm going to turn this so I can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to get some glue. It's going to take a little bit longer to dry. I'm going to use the Elmer's craft glue here. Because my tacky glue dries and grabs pretty quickly. So I want something here today that's going to give me a moment, just in case. Alright, so this will get lined up with the bottom. And I did cut this 5 inches, so it's going to go from side to side on my 5x7 black paper I have. So I'm going to do the top next. Put that over here. And this one will go across the top, like that. Go. Now we will space these out. Figure out how much space we need. About like that. I think I will do this one next. And we'll line this up. That. And I will do this one. Eyeball it for the same amount of space. Like that. Will go here, then this one will go here. Like that. There we go. Now it looks kind of like planks. So we've taken the 6-inch paper and stretched it to 7. And you can do that when you have an all over pattern like this. I have a little piece of foam sticking out here, so let me tuck that in. Just push that in. There we go. Okay, now, so I do want to put it on the front of here, where it opens up like this. So I'm going to put glue all over on this side. And I will line this up flush. give that a second to dry. Alright, so now let's talk about this side. I don't need this craft glue anymore. Put that up here. Bring in the paper pad. So I have this one here. Believe in the magic of your dreams. I think I want to put this on the inside. So what I'm thinking is I can cut this to 6 by 4 and put it on the inside. So let's see what the 4-inch looks like. So if I cut it to 4 inches, I think that will be just about right. That looks good, 6 by 4. So let me grab a piece of black and cut this to 6 1/4 and by 4 1/4. Let's see, how many inches do I have here? And I go 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So this is 6, this one's 6 1/4. So this can get glued onto here. That doesn't seem quite right. Let me check this. Okay, well this says it is 6 by 6, but when I measure it, it is not quite 6 by 6. It is a little short. So I need to recut that. Alright, so this is 5 7/8. So I'm going to trim this. Nope, I can't really trim that. Alright, so if this is 5 7/8, if I bring a 1/2 inch, that is 6 1/8. So let me grab my other paper trimmer. This one has 8ths on it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut 1/8 off of the side here. And that way I can still use the paper I've already cut. So I'm going to cut this to 3 7/8. That is bizarre that it is not quite 6 by 6. There we go. So now this should be proportionate. Yep, there we go. That's a lot better. Let me glue this down. This will go here in the middle. Alright, let me see if this is drying. Alright. And this will come in here. I think I want to take a little bit of sparkle pen to this before I glue it in. So I have a clear sparkle pen. Let me make sure it's going. Give it a little squeeze. Yep, we're good. I think I'll color in the dragonfly. And unicorn. And maybe these flowers. There you go. On the front, let's see if I want to sparkle any of this. Maybe these butterflies. Let's see, there's one more dragonfly over here. And one more over here. And I think that's all of them. Nope, one more butterfly. There we go, that's everybody. That just adds a little sparkle to the front there. There we go, now you can see it. There we go. Now this will go to the inside. Alright, this will go in here. Alright, so here we go. I think I'm going to take the unusual move here and not put any sentiment on the front of this card. I think this is just kind of nice displaying by itself. And then when you leave it, when you open it and you see the inside, I think that's really all this card needs. Believe in the magic of your dreams. So I hope you liked this card. If you did, give me a thumbs up and please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, stay crafty.